Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. That's Right, Homeschool. I am Mrs. T. Today we have an unboxing. We are going to be taking a look at the content of BookShark's Level A Reading with History. So this is something we are going to be using in this upcoming school year with my child. We're going through Build Your Library Level 0 right now, which is around the world, and I am going to have a video soon that's comparing those two programs because there are a lot of similarities and differences despite it being the same theme. So stick around for that if you're interested in seeing the difference between the two programs. But today we're just going to look at BookShark. Now, full disclosure, this is not a real unboxing. I have already unboxed this before to make sure I had all the content, and then I also put together my binder. So let's go ahead and just open it up and get into it. So the very first thing that's inside here is this binder. Now, when I received it, it was empty, and you can see it's huge. It's a big one. But I did go through and I put it together, and I'm going to put a little bit of footage here so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here's inside of the binder. We're going to open up to a random section here. This is going to be week 7. And the way that it breaks it down is this is a 4-day schedule, and it breaks it down by category. So we have our stuff that's going to be related to history and geography. We have read alouds. I did not get this optional kit. And then we also have miscellaneous. So this is things that they recommend you exploring with your child to work on other developmental skills that are appropriate for the age. All right, so on this side here, you can see it breaks it down even further by day. So we are going to, again, have it broken down by subject. You're going to be reading, you're going to be covering some vocabulary, our discussions, and then here we're going to be adding things to that timeline or map. So this is going to break it down here. And then we have that optional hands-on if you do buy that additional kit. We have our read aloud section. Now, I did notice that the read aloud does not correspond to the history and geography time period, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I'll go about that in a different video here, but you're going to have information on your read aloud. Again, you're going to have vocabulary, you're going to have your discussion questions, and then in here we're also doing some poetry, and then your developmental activity. But basically what you do is you get these packets of papers that you can just, it's surrounded in plastic, and it's already pre-hole punched, and you can arrange your binder yourself. And the way that they recommend doing is going on you can see in my picture here that we have these tabs on the right hand side that go from 1 and all the way until 36. This is a 36-week program. And then following behind that, we have section 3 and section 4, which contain additional information that you, the instructor, need. Okay, so next we have Fun Tales, which we did actually pull out. This is a little pre-reading phonics series. We did pull these out, and we have been going through these separately because we were excited. We have their timeline book. So this is kind of the thing that made me really want to go, or one of the things that made me want to go with this program. They have a book that's a giant timeline that you fill out throughout the years. It's not just a one year timeline, but you're going to add on to it. So even if we don't continue with BookShark, we'll be able to use this timeline book to help us kind of see where the puzzle fits together, if that makes sense. Okay, next we have a markable map. It is markable, so you're going to use the markers that come with it. It came with some Expo markers, so you can use this to write on it, which will be pretty handy. We have the Usborne Children's Encyclopedia, and this one comes with QR links, which I really like about some of the Usborne books, is they link to additional things to help expand the encyclopedia. But we don't have this, so that was exciting. Okay, we have The Story of Exploration. This is an Usborne book as well, and it's going to be covering a large number of explorers. Now, I have not gone through and seen how they tackle things like Christopher Columbus. I haven't checked this out yet, so I will be definitely pre-reading this and seeing if this aligns with what we want to teach regarding exploration. And Christopher Columbus. We also have My Father's Dragon, which is a book we already had, but this is perfect because now my child can kind of follow along with it, and it does have some pictures. So he can look at the pictures, or the kids can look at the pictures while I read aloud. We have The 100 Dresses, Out of Darkness. This is about Louis Braille, which is going to be very interesting. We have a couple of books about him that we've already kind of explored, and we have been looking into getting a Braille alphabet for kind of exploring, you know, blindness and reading with our fingers. So we might actually do that to kind of supplement with this as well. Okay, we have Living Long Ago. We have the Please and Thank You book. We have the Usborne Book of Wild Places. This one looks really cool, you guys. So inside, it's going to give so much information about different biomes, and it's going to show you the different locations around the world of these biomes. It's really neat. I like that book a lot. I was really excited for that one. Okay, we have a Heartwood Hotel, which is basically like a modern Winnie the Pooh. We have Dolphin Treasure. We have Beezus and Ramona. Okay, and we have 20 and 10. Now this is a World War II book. This is, I mean, you can tell by the cover, this is going to be a more serious book. We are working really hard this year to kind of talk a little bit about the not so pretty side of humanity and starting to expose him to some of that. But I still want to make sure that I am tackling it and I am prepared. So I will definitely be pre-reading this book to make sure I know what's going to be happening and when, so I can be prepared as the parent to talk about this really tough topic. We have Little House in the Big Woods. And oops, and here's a penny. I have a cat who's trying to get into the box that I'm taking things out of. All right, we have Mary on Horseback. We have another dolphin adventure book, A Grain of Rice. This one I'm really excited about, The Story of Dr. Dolittle. And the first book in the Boxcar Children's series, which we have actually read before, and we've listened to the audiobook. We really, really like this book. Alrighty, we also have The Light at Turn Rock, a favorite in our household. We have The House of Pooh Corner, which we did not own, but we did, we have listened to this audiobook twice now. We really do like that one. And we also have Anna Hibiscus, which I've been dying to read. I've been dying to read that one. We have, what is this called? Johnny Appleseed, The Story of a Legend. We have The Llama Who Had No Pajama, and this is a poetry book. And I'm just going to show you the inside of it because it does look very pretty. And my children really like poetry. We do poetry rather frequently. We try most days. We don't always get to every day, but my kids do really like poetry, so that's exciting. A lot of Mother Goose books, but we have another one. So we have Arnold Lobel's Book of Mother Goose, which we did not own this one before, but I do like his style. And we also have a book that we did already own that we absolutely adore. This is James Herriot Treasury for Children, which is actually perfect because we have an older version of this book and we absolutely adore it. And it's the kind of book that I want to save for my children when they get older that they can have in their library. So we actually were talking about purchasing another one, trying to find it from thrift books. But when I saw it came with it, I was like, okay, great, we don't have to do that anymore. And the last thing in the box here is this Create a Calendar. That is it. That is inside BookShark Level A. Again, I will be comparing BookShark Level A Reading with History to Build Your Library Around the World. Both of them tackle around the world, but very differently. And I think it's really helpful to have kind of a side-by-side comparison. They also do have a lot of content that overlaps. So yeah, I'm really excited to show that comparison. Comment down below, let me know if there's anything in particular you're interested in seeing with BookShark. We have not used it yet, so I don't have really insight yet on the quality of it, but we are excited to give it a whirl this year. Thank you so much, everyone. You have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.